The Satavahana dynasties, guardians of India's legacy. Once upon a time, in the land of India, a series of mighty dynasties rose, each more powerful than the last. These dynasties, known as the Satavahana dynasties, were not just rulers, they were the stewards of art, religion, and military might. Their stories have been woven into the fabric of Indian history, leaving a legacy that still echoes in temples, forts, and ancient texts. Let me tell you the tale of these 7 remarkable dynasties, whose names were etched in gold in the annals of time. Long ago, in the heart of India, there arose a dynasty that ruled the vast plains of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. Known as the Vaktakas, they were a dynasty steeped in both wisdom and power. The founder, Vindhyashakti, forged the path for his descendants, but it was Rudrasena too, a mighty ruler, who left his mark on history. They were patrons of art and culture, and their name lives on in the beautiful paintings and sculptures of the Ajanta caves, where they generously funded the creation of what are now masterpieces of Indian art. The Vaktakas were proud of their royal symbol, the mighty elephant, a creature known for its strength, intelligence, and grandeur. This symbol represented their unwavering power in battle and their deep connection to the land they ruled. In the rugged lands of southern India, the Chalukyas rose to power, ruling over the vast Deccan Plateau. Their capital, Badami, became the cradle of architecture and culture. Pulkeshin I laid the foundation of their dynasty, but it was Pulkeshin II who became a legend, fending off the mighty Guptas in battle. His courage was unmatched, and his kingdom flourished under his rule. The Chalukyas were famous for their rock-cut temples and beautiful stone architecture. The lion, a symbol of bravery and might, became their royal emblem. In the temples of Badami and Pattadakal, you can still see their stories carved into stone, stories of power, devotion, and triumph. Farther south, the Rashtrakutas held sway over the Deccan Plateau. Their rise was marked by military conquests and a deep patronage of art and culture. Dantidurga, their founder, first made his name by overthrowing their enemies and laying the foundations for a powerful dynasty. But it was Krishna I, a visionary king, who built the magnificent Kailas temple at Ellora, one of the greatest architectural marvels of ancient India. The Rashtrakutas were fierce and unstoppable, with their horse symbolizing their powerful cavalry and swift military campaigns. Their kingdom stretched from the southern reaches of India to the northern territories, and their influence reached far beyond the Deccan. To the east, on the shores of the Bay of Bengal, the Pallavas reigned supreme. Known for their deep connection to religion and culture, the Pallavas built stunning temples and rock-cut shrines that still stand as testaments to their architectural genius. Narasimhavarman I, or Mamallan, was one of their most celebrated kings, who transformed the region into a hub of culture and learning. The Pallavas were symbols of devotion and power, with the lion serving as their royal emblem, representing courage and strength in battle. They were also patrons of Buddhism and Hinduism, and their influence spread far beyond the Indian subcontinent, especially to Southeast Asia. Now, let me take you to the northern plains, where the Gupta Empire once flourished, heralding what would come to be known as the Golden Age of India. Under Chandragupta I, the foundation was laid, but it was Chandragupta II, also known as Vikramaditya, who truly brought the empire to its zenith. The Guptas are remembered for their brilliant achievements in science, mathematics, including the concept of zero, astronomy, and literature. Their symbol, the majestic Garuda, the divine bird of Lord Vishnu, stood for their divine right to rule and their protection by the gods. The Gupta era witnessed unparalleled growth in arts and learning, with scholars like Kalidasa and Aryabhatta gracing the empire. The Gupta dynasty's reign is considered one of the most enlightened and prosperous periods in Indian history. Before the Guptas, there were the Mauryas, a dynasty that ruled almost all of the Indian subcontinent. The founder, Chandragupta Maurya, rose from humble beginnings and established an empire that stretched from the northern plains to the south. However, it was Ashoka the Great, his grandson, who became a legend. After a bloody war, Ashoka embraced Buddhism, and under his rule, India saw the spread of Buddhist philosophy across Asia. The lion once again represented the Mauryas, symbolizing royal authority and righteousness. Ashoka's edicts, inscribed on pillars across the subcontinent, told the story of his transformation and his dedication to peace and dharma. Finally, in the southern reaches of India, the Satavahanas ruled the region, from what is now Andhra Pradesh to Maharashtra. The founder, Simukha, established their dynasty, but it was Gautamiputra Shatkarni who became their most celebrated king. The Satavahanas were known for their control over trade routes and their patronage of Buddhism. They minted coins that spread their image far and wide. The elephant, a symbol of strength and royal authority, was their emblem, representing their connection to the land, their power, and their devotion to religion. And so, the Satavahana dynasties each left their unique mark on the Indian subcontinent, with their symbols the elephant, the lion, the Garuda, and the horse representing their royal power, military strength, and divine connection. These dynasties were not just rulers, they were the stewards of culture, art, and religion. Their legacies still stand today, in the temples, caves, and monuments that tell the stories of their greatness. Thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to us. Stay tuned for more fascinating stories and insights from history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content.